Hey everyone, so I'm here with some of my creations and ideas, and I just wanted to share them with you, maybe to inspire you. Some things I have yet to see anyone do, so I'm hoping that maybe this could, like I said, inspire you into doing something a little bit more. Maybe even take my ideas and grow even further from that. Um, so I have seen a lot of ideas when it comes to the healer family, um, and how to create them. Like I've seen people purchase them off Etsy. I've seen people get the downloads off of the Bluey official website and then put them onto posters, printed out at like a CVS, and then put them onto the foam boards themselves. I have a little bit of an artistic background, and number two, I am on a budget. I don't have quite all the money some people would have to put into a birthday party and get and spend $30, $40 for each character to be printed out, nor do I have that money for Etsy. However, what I could do is buy a dollar poster board from the Dollar General and take the paints that I've already had from other crafts and such, like painting pumpkins, and paint them, draw them, and paint them myself. So there is a process to that. It took me a bit to get them to my liking. And I do have a video kind of explaining all of that, and you can see some of the step-by-step process that I took. But I'm super pleased with them. I'm very happy with how they turned out, and they're going to be used for selfie stations at my daughter's birthday party. So Bandit stands approximately 36 inches high. So I want to say I probably took about 2 inches off of him. So like maybe um, like 34 inches, 33 inches maybe high. And then obviously Chili's a little smaller. Bluey is significantly smaller, and obviously Bingo is teeny tiny. So I just did that with acrylic paint, and then cut it out with an X-Acto knife. Uh, Key here is foam board is very difficult to cut, and there's a lot of little, almost like styrofoam pieces in there, like those little balls. So unless you have a very sharp knife, you're gonna have some rough looking edges, like my Chili's ear looks like, up at the top on the, well, on her left hand side. However, Bluey is clean cut. Bingo is fairly clean cut. Um, so X-Acto knife and the sharpness is key here. So if you look off to the left here, I do have a sample of what I'm going to be doing next. So the three stations that I have, and if you watched my last video, you did get the final third station that I've kind of been keeping under wraps, which is Muffin. However, the second one is Here Come the Grannies. So this poster board is going to be a cutout of Rita and Janet inside of the little coop, cozy coop, whatever you want to call it. And that background, let me see, right there, okay, is all going to be open so that when the children or parents hold it up to their face, it looks as if they are sitting right here in the back seat. So that's going to be super cool. Now, for those of you who don't know, I do have backdrops similar to like this one that you have here, that I'm going to be putting up at different areas for more of an authentic look. So it looks like they're in a cartoon. So yeah, so that is the process. That's what I do. I draw it out. And then what I go back and do is I paint it with the acrylic paint, and then I have these acrylic markers that I also got off of Amazon, which you can really see over here on the details of the healers, that I use to outline everything, and that really cleans up these characters and everything. So that's super exciting. I'm super happy for that. And I hope you love it. I hope you look at it and you're inspired. Now, I'm hoping to possibly do a video when I do the Grannies over here, so that you guys can see the process of how it looks really sloppy at first, and then as you complete, you do your additional coats, and then you go over with that acrylic pen or marker, so to speak, how that really cleans it up and brings the photo all together. Because let's be real, the lines in Bluey are very evident. It's not a fade in thing. It is very crisp. You are very sure that there's a line. Like you can see on Bingo here, like very crisp lines. So there's that. So let's get into some of the other things. I'm going to go back and kind of keep everything in the view or in the focal point here. And then we're going to go into some of the other things. So I just mentioned about backdrops. Let me grab one of them. This is the most recent one that came in. Nobody has gotten to see this one. I'm not going to fully open it because it is a 5x7. But just to kind of give you an idea, it is just kind of like a smoky rainbow effect. From pink to yellows to oranges and purples. It is going to be sitting with the Muffin selfie station. So that's that, and that is very much a canvas like you would take photos with. So even after this birthday party, I'm going to be able to use it to potentially take photos of my children. So there's that. Then I also got a balloon set, and I highly recommend this, off of Amazon, obviously. But here it is. Like, it's huge. When I say it's huge, guys, it is huge. Let me just kind of go over here to the healers so that you can kind of get an idea from floor up. You can't even see the whole thing, but that's a big balloon. So that's going to be blown up with helium, so that it is super huge and a focal point when you walk in the building, that you see it over at Layla's gift table. All right, and then to go along with that, these also came in the pack as well. Super huge Bluey. Gonna fill that up with helium. Got your arms, your legs, and your tails that are your tail, which is a part of that. And then my favorite, obviously, most of you should know this by now, bingo. Same thing. You got your feet, your tail, your arm, and super huge. So again, in comparison to the healers that I have over here, I think these are exactly 36 inches tall. So there you can kind of see in comparison to Bandit. All right, let's get that folded up again. Set that off to the side. So with all of that, I've also created props for these selfie stations. And before I get into all that, which they are right here, some of them, that is, I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown, my sketches for the ideas that I have going on inside of my head. So, gonna get the games out of here, and let's just kind of walk through, like when you walk in the front door, what you're gonna see. So we rented a fire hall, local in our town. And when you walk in the door, this is what you're gonna kind of see. There's gonna be probably about 3 or 4 rows of tables here, and a nice open spot here, and then off way back here, there's gonna be an opening as well. You have your kitchen door here. You have where you can go the bathroom back here, and that kind of sets off into another portion of the room. But here you can see that number 3, Bingo and Bluey, and how we're going to have that set up. This is going to be a big balloon arch, which if you watched my previous unboxing, you will see that balloon arch and all that goes with it. I also got these little balloon holders that aren't going to need helium, that we can just blow up, but they're going to, because of how it's made, it's going to keep them standing, right? And then over here, which we'll get into in another view, is the kitchen area where the food will be. You can kind of see a table and a backdrop over here, which we'll get to that in a minute. But that's the table where we're going to have the Let's Party Mother Puppers and all the presents set up at, right? Very good. Let's go to the next. So off to the left of that photo was the food area. So there is a little kitchenette window right here with a tabletop. That's where we're going to keep all the like hot foods and the chips and everything like that, so that people can grab. We were initially going to do like 6-foot subs, but I think we're going to take it down to like maybe like pulled pork, mac and cheese, like a southern style mac and cheese, and then some other type of picnic fixins, like maybe potato salad and like pretzels and things like that. Deviled eggs, all that. And I do have some ideas running through my head for different names that we can put on place cards to set with the food. Now here you can see we have a drink station. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing there yet. I was thinking about making a special orange and a special blue drink. Sodas are always a hit, so we're going to have different types of sodas, caffeine free and then your regular. And then I do want to have like a little Keurig set up there for the adults to get their coffee and everything, because we have this dessert table. I'm hoping to create with Tim a duck cake. And then we're going to have those donut ring holders, which if you watched my previous video, we are doing the fairy rings, quote unquote. We got our cupcakes, and then we also have cookies that we're going to be creating. So hence, that's the reason why I wanted to have that hot chocolate / coffee bar set up as well. Just really want it to be a family type environment, because if you've ever watched a show, you know it's all about family. So yeah, so now over in this section where the dessert table sits, there is going to be this. And I'm going to put this into a little picture frame to sit on the table, and I think it's really cute. And I'm a very sentimental person, so if I start tearing up or anything, just ignore that. I just want people to have the entire feel of what Bluey is about. So here we have dessert table. Now I created these on Canva. I bought the Bluey font off of Etsy, and then I created these based off of things I found on the internet. So we got dessert table, and then here it says bingo, says duck cake. Bluey says, yeah, duck cake. Chili says, oh, bingo, are you sure? That looks hard to make. Bingo says, yeah, I'm sure. Bandit says, why do you want a duck cake? And Bingo says, because it made my tail wag. So there's that. That'll sit on the table with all the dessert foods. I absolutely love it. I think it's super cute. And I'm hoping my duck cake looks half as cool as Bandit's. So just a little insight onto what will go there on the table with all that stuff. All right. Then, let's see. Up next. So when we go back to this viewpoint, right, we have this section over here to the right. I'm going to go and take you there. That is the healer selfie station. So this one I wanted to be kind of the focal point where I feel like a lot of people are going to go, because it is where these characters are going to be, as well as a lot of those different props that I created. So with that backdrop, if you watched my previous unboxing video, we had that really light and airy fabric for a backdrop where it shows the healer neighborhood. Nice little sky view, neighborhood view of them. So that's 5x7, and that's going to sit behind here. And then we're going to have all the characters there so that the children can get down into the photos and do selfies with the characters, and maybe even make themselves look a little silly and funny, you know, dressing up as different episodes that they've seen. So here at this selfie station for the healers, obviously, like I said, we're going to have Bluey, Bandit, Chili, and Bingo. But then we're also going to have things like, which is not done. Some of them I have to get done yet. And I do still have to put, I'm going to take something like this. So this is Bingo's mustache, right? Thanks, babe. We're going to take that and we're going to put like a stick, like a, what do they call them, a dowel? Yeah. So that you can hold it off to the side and put it up to your face and make yourself look like the characters. So this is that one mustache. I'm also creating the hat that Bingo wears when he, when she is playing that role. My first can of beans. We're going to be making more of them. I actually might take this out of the equation, this foam board that I created, and I might actually take some of our vegetable cans and just create an outside wraparound to put on the cans so they're actually, you know, more tangible. I do have the the magic asparagus, so that is a cute little additive that you can play around with. Leaf bug, I did make leaf bug a little bit bigger than what she's supposed to be, and I still have to cut her out. I have to get a better X-Acto knife, or not a better, but a new blade on my X-Acto knife to really get those details. So that's still in the works, but I did create Leaf Bug a lot bigger. I think I'm going to create this one, but then I'm going to create a small one, like super small, that the children can hold up to their nose. I also have a Dirty Garden Gnome hat, which also can be paired with the mustache as well, and you can become husband. I will be creating a husband, as well as many other things. One of the things I did start doing is printing out some of these props to kind of eliminate some of the time that I've been putting into this and the details. Like, I love being detail oriented, but we're getting down to the nitty gritty. We're less than a month away from this party, and I still have like big things like this over here to paint, as well as some more characters. So things like this, I just printed out on our Canon printer. I will have that linked in the bottom below, as well as everything else that you see inside of here, so that you can kind of mimic or get inspiration from it and just kind of bunny trail off of what I do. But what I'll do with this is I'm going to get another poster board for $1 at the Dollar General, and I will glue it to said poster board, and then I'll just cut out around this. So it eliminates all the time that I'm going to be taking to paint and outline and everything. Now, I did put this on a stock, cardstock paper, and I cut it out with an X-Acto knife. Again, sharp blade. And I do recommend putting something underneath it because, you know. But anyway, this is Unicourse, where he says, children. And Bluey asks him about his favorite food. I am thinking about doing another Unicourse where he's like talking and his arms are up in the air. But just so you have an idea. And then another one I did like that is Bob Bilby. How cute is he? So I'm still on the edge about what I want to do exactly with Bob Bilby. I would love to get the actual puppet and then kind of pass it around during Layla's birthday party, that everybody gets to hold Bob Bilby for a little bit. And then with that, give them an adoption certificate for him. I think he's so cute. I love that episode. He's a Bilby and his name's Bob. So anyway, so that's some of those things that you're going to find over at the Healer Station. Oh, one thing I do want to say, this will not be over at the Healer Station. That will be over with the Grannies Station. So we'll get into that in a moment. So after the Healer Station, there's another, like, more portion to this wall over here. So to the right, we have the Muffin Selfie Station. Super excited for this one. This one's kind of crazy, off the wall. This was added to the party once we started getting ideas flowing. So I will be creating a foam cutout just like these over here of Muffin. And then we have a bunch of different props that are going to be going over here as well. So the backdrop that I showed earlier with that like kind of smoky or like, I don't know, like cloud looking of the rainbow colors, that is going to be the backdrop over here with Muffin. I have some of the most iconic Muffin items over here. So we're going to have that cut out of Muffin. We're going to have one of our plants, our faux plants that we have here at the house, stands pretty tall. If you've ever watched the sleepover episode, I got a lot of items or inspiration from that episode where Muffin runs up like to the plant and she's like, I hate plants. We also have the flamingo, which if you watched my unboxing, you got to see how cool that flamingo is going to be, so that the children can literally be on top of it and shaking it and everything, bouncing around. It's going to be lots of fun, and I won't have a moment where anything should pop or anything because that has the exercise ball inside of it. I'm going to be creating a foam cutout so the children can put their head through to become a sunflower. We're going to have dog cones, like actual dog cones for the head here. We have a purple tutu. We're going to be making the police hat out of foam cutout. Also the Facey Time cowboy hat. is going to be over there as well. Now you see this little flag post here at the fire hall. That's where they have their flags sitting. So I just put it there for visualization for anybody who knows the layout of the land. They know exactly where, you know, this selfie station is going to be. But yeah, so that is some of the inspiration there and what we're planning on doing with the muffin section. Put that off to the side. Now, let me do this real quick. Over here, this wall is pretty much open. There is a door somewhere around in here that leads to the outside that is non-functional. So it's not like that's going to be accessible during the party. That is just for specific things when they have functions at the fire hall. But this is pretty much open, and all the flooring is open as well. And that's where we're going to be having lots of our games. So I'll go there before I go to our third and final selfie station. So the games that we're going to be playing are a massive game of Keepy Uppy. So here you can kind of see that layout once again of where we're going to be. The tables are down here and like basically behind where we're going to be having these game times. Now the balloon, if you watched my unboxing video before, you saw that the balloon is 36 inches wide. So this is a massive balloon, and it's going to be a massive game of Keepy Uppy. But what if the balloon pops? No worries. We have 3 others outside of the one that we start with that we're going to be playing with. So we're going to be timing it to see how long we can keep it up in the air. Maybe break off into teams. I don't know. Something like that. All right. Another game we are going to be playing is the infamous Pass the Parcel. We're going to be using Tim's little speaker to play Pass the Parcel, and we are playing non-Lucky's dad's way. Only because I really do want these kids to walk away with an experience, and I don't want to break hearts and create confusion. Even though I love Lucky's dad's rules, I just really want this party to be about the experience for the kids, and I don't want anybody to walk away with a broken heart at such a young age. And then here we have our final game, the Cone of Shame. So as I mentioned in the muffin section or selfie station, we are going to have actual dog cones. I'm getting 2 of them, and we are going to be playing a game where we throw balls inside of said cones. So they're going to be foam balls, so children shouldn't get hurt. However, if we don't have anybody brave enough to go in those, maybe we'll put parents and we'll let the kids throw the balls at them. But the most catches win. So there's going to be 2 teams there. But that's, I'm calling the Cone of Shame game. All right. Now, if we go to the right of that area and we kind of go into that next corner along the other wall, we have the Here Come the Grannies selfie station. Now, this one is a little bit more active. This is where my heart truly falls when it comes to Bluey. It's the Grannies. So we kind of branched out a little outside of the traditional TV show and got some other things. So I do, as you've already seen, have this cutout that I'm doing of Janet and Rita. But I'm going to also do individuals of Janet, Rita, and then also Muffin. I'm also creating a prop here of the Facey time with Nana, where you only see her ears or only her feet. I thought that would be a cute thing to have the kids hold up and take pictures with as well. We do have Rita's cane and her purse that we're going to be creating. I already have them drawn out. I should have brought them up here, but I didn't. The can of beans, and then I do have Janet's glasses. Ba-boom. So there you can kind of see. We have that for the children to be able to hold up to them. And again, these are going to have those sticks so that you can hold them off to the side and hold them up to their face. I'm also creating Muffin's glasses. And then we have just like dress up stuff. Like we got actual fedoras and I don't know, some other type of old style hats. I'm going to be getting scarves and such from our local thrift store, the Salvation Army. And then I also have like pearls, just fake pearls and everything for the children to be able to put on. That actually came from Amazon, but a friend of mine actually, we were talking about everything and she was like, I found this and I want to send this to you. So the hats the glasses, the pearls, and then granny wigs. Actually, are all from Amazon, but from my friend Teresa, who just felt it in her heart to send that over. She thought it was a great idea and it would be fun for the kids. The backdrop here is the blue sky and clouds. I believe that's 3 by 5. But I figured the children will all be standing for this one and holding things up to them. So it's going to be, or the parents even, you know, you're going to be holding this over here up to your face. You know, you only need from like the chest up. So yeah, so that's Granny's selfie station. Now, one thing I didn't go over were some special things that I'm going to have setting at each of the selfie stations. So with the Healer family selfie station, I have this. Again, we're going to be putting this into the frames and sitting on the table with all this stuff. So I literally took just photos of each character, and I took the little clip arts of different things that are going to be on the tables and such, and put them on there. So one thing you didn't see is the crown hat or the bad mood hat. The good mood hat is going to be there, as well as the magic xylophone. You have seen Unicorse and Bob Bilby, but it's just the Healer selfie station. Mom, Dad, Bingo, Bluey. Thought that was cute. At the Muffin selfie station, we have this. And for anybody who's wondering how I did these little sections with the talking, I actually got that from something I found online. I just Googled the sleepover Bluey episode transcript, and there's actually some fan page where it has every single episode and the transcript in there. So you have Muffin saying, "I'm coming, Flamingo," and laughs manically as she navigates around the backyard, eventually crashing into said flamingo and later an inflatable pool. Bluey says, "You okay, Muffin?" "I'm the Flamingo King Queen." So that's going to be sitting over there at that selfie station. And then the Grannies selfie station, it says, "Chili, what have you got there?" "Oh, nothing, dear." Bean cans fall out of Rita's jacket. "Hey, you have to pay for those beans." "Run, Rita!" Rita attempts to run, but drops a can and falls to the ground. "I slipped on my beans." So that's another thing that will be at each selfie station. Over with Layla's presents, I'm going to have this, and this is still a work in progress. Layla's Angels, and bear with me because I will get emotional, I know it. So this is the dialogue here is from camping, the episode about camping. And Layla has lost 3 very important people. The first one I will bring up was before she was born in 2018. My father, my children knew him as Manpaw. Then in April of 2022, she lost her quote-unquote big brother, one of her older brother, Gabriel, his best friend, from pretty much like 12 on up. When I found out Layla was pregnant, we had her baby shower and everything. He made it very well known that he was going to be her big brother. That she was his little sister too. He wrote it on a bunch of things. He got her, funny story, and that's for another time, but a Bible for her baby shower, and it was supposed to be a bib. So that's a funny story and complete Zach moment. But then just last year in March, Layla lost her mom, which is my grandmother. So Layla's great grandmother. So I put that on there as well. So it says Layla's Angels, and the dialogue is, "Mom, yeah? Why did Jean-Luc have to go?" "Their holiday was over, honey. But I wanted to keep playing with him. He was my friend." "Well, look, sometimes special people come into our lives, stay for a bit, then they have to go. But that's sad." "It is, but the bit they were here was happy, wasn't it?" yeah, we caught a wild pig together. Maybe that makes it all worth it. Now, if you notice, it did get cut off down here. I did reprint this, but I apparently grabbed the wrong one. But everything else is still the same. But yeah, that's going to be sitting with her presents. Just kind of a nod to each of those special people that aren't physically here at her party. So, whew, on to more happier stuff. I did show in the last video a lot of the stuff that we are putting inside of the goodie bags. And I'm not going to go into that detailed. And I don't have all of these pieces here, but for Layla, she will be wearing these. I got these off of Amazon as well. She's going to be wearing the bingo though, because that seems to be the one she gravitates towards when we sing the song. You know, Dad dances to Dad, I dance to Mom, Layla dances to bingo, and then we sing it for Zeke for instead of Bluey. But anyway, she's going to be wearing the bingo version of these. They have a little, like almost like an alligator clip type thing here that just clips right into her hair. We're going to wear them up in little bunnies on either side and then clip the ears in. So that's going to be super cute. Inside of, or with the gift bags, we're going to also have options for the kids to grab these, which are cutouts. We'll have crayons laying out for them to draw on as well. Oh! Oh, no, that isn't. Never mind. For the cupcakes, I created my own cupcake toppers. These are about 2.5 inches in diameter. And I have a hole punch on its way. It should be here tomorrow, actually, to cut around these. But I just made my own little sayings or sayings from the show that I really loved. What's that, love? Turning 3 is difficult. Let's get this party started. I slept on my beans. Layla's 3 for real life. I'm the flamingo queen. I like this one up here. Have these got wheat, sugar, gluten, or dairy in them? But wackadoo, Layla's already 3. Pomeranians are a small but hardy breed. Things like that. All right. Keepy, Uppy, oh no, not cupcakes. And I love being a sausage dog. But each of them are different. And those, what I'll do is once I have them cut out, I'm going to tape or hot glue a toothpick to the back, and then that'll just stick bloop right in top of the cupcakes. Outside of that, gift bags, all that stuff is coming together. I'm going to be putting those cards in with them. But that's what I have for you today. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed a little bit of insight into the madness that is happening behind the scenes.